Hello, and welcome to Hindsight 101, where you learn helpful things that will help you in everyday life. So, if you want to know the 12 most important things you need to know before booking a hotel, keep watching. And how do I know? Because I used to work at a hotel, so I have the inside scoop. First up, before you go to one of those discount sites like Travelocity or Expedia, check out the hotel site first, because a lot of times the price will be just the same or cheaper. Because with these discount sites, there could be hidden fees and other little things that you don't know about that will make your travel experience not so great. Second, if you're just booking a regular room, then call the 1-800 reservation line and you'll be fine. But if you want to negotiate rates, you need to call the hotel directly, because a lot of times the reservations, they follow a script and very strict rules that they cannot break. So negotiating with them for discounts is pointless. So what you want to do is get in touch with the hotel. Make sure you're talking to them and they don't transfer you to the 1-800 number. Some places have in-house reservations, some of the larger resorts and things like that, but most of them are going to send you off to a call center. So always talk to the front desk, because they have a little more leeway because they're actually in the building and they're not following a script. Third, know that nothing is guaranteed. So when you book a room and you want a king size bed, only thing the hotel is obligated to give you is a room with a bed. So you can get a single, you can get a cot. So what you want to do is call ahead and find out if they're going to be sold out. And if they're going to be sold out, you have some negotiating power. So say your flight won't get until midnight. Well, of course, most people are going to check in before you. So you can call and say, are you going to be sold out? If they say yes, you can offer to say, well, I'm willing to go to another hotel, because they were going to send you to one anyways, but I need certain things. I need breakfast. I need my parking paid for. I need a taxi to the new hotel. Whatever it is, at that point, that you have negotiating power. Because the last thing that front desk agent wants to do is, when someone gets there late at night and say, we sold your room, we'll have to send you someplace else. Even though they try their best and call and inform the guests that they may not have a room, sometimes people give a home number instead of their cell phone number, so it's hard to contact someone until they get there and they get the bad news. So always call ahead and find out what the situation's like at the hotel so you can be better prepared. Fourth, and a lot of people always tell you this, but it's all personal choice, tip. Always tip. Even if you're only tipping $1. I'm not saying that's going to get you the world, but you'll always get more with tipping than with not. Fifth, if you're worried about extra charges to your room, like movies or water or anything like that, a lot of hotels, once you check in, just tell them you want what they call incidentals. You want them turned off. And they can turn off the movies, they can turn off the long distance phone calls and different things like that. With the water, a trick that I do is ask them to take the water out. One thing is, just make sure they note it on the account or you have record of it. Because a lot of times, housekeeping will come in, and if they don't see water there, they'll charge you. So just make sure you have some backup record just in case the hotel charges you for the water you asked them to take out. 6. Check your bill often. Every day, every hour, it's up to you. But don't wait until you check out and find out you have all these miscellaneous charges you never knew about. Because once you get to the desk, there are going to be tons of people wanting to check out. And at that point, that's the worst situation you want to be in. So make sure you check your bill as much as possible, at least once a day. 7. This trick may not work with every hotel, but hey, it's worth a shot to save you some money. So most hotels have at least a 24-hour cancellation policy. Well, here's what you do. If you know you're not going to make it that night, or you simply just forgot you made the reservation, it's a lot easier to change the reservation than cancel it. So change it 1 or 2 days ahead, and a lot of times the hotel will be accommodating. Here comes that play where I said call the hotel and not the reservations. Reservations will probably hold you to it, but if you call the hotel, they may be a little more flexible. They'll change it, and then you call back the next day and you cancel it if need be. So just a little hint and tip. May not work, but it's worth a try. 8 is going to be a little harder to explain. We're going to talk about holds and how they work. You can have a hold on a credit card, or you can have a hold on a debit card. What you're going to want to do is always use a credit card, and here's why. So when you go to the hotel and you go to check in and you swipe your credit card, say your room is $100 a night and you're staying for 5 nights. that's going to be $500. So automatically, the hotel is going to hold $500 on your credit card. So here's another thing, incidentals. Incidentals are movies, breakfast, water, anything outside of your room. That could be another $100 they hold each day for those incidentals that you might pay. So off the top, they're going to hold $500 for your room and $500 for your incidentals. So that's $1,000 they're putting on your credit card right then and there when you check in, and it's a hold. Because if you go out and do any shopping or anything else, the hotel wants to make sure they're going to get their money. Now, when you check out and your bill is only $750, that charge is going to go through and the $1,000 will drop off. So you always want to make sure you use a credit card, because if you use your debit card and you have that $1,000 hold, the money in your checking account could have been used to pay bills, but instead it's tied up at the moment with this hotel fee, with this hotel charge. Now, there are situations where you can get that hold taken off. It all depends on how nice the hotel is. Because remember, that hold, once that hold is put on there, how long it's on your card is up to your credit card or your bank. It's not up to the hotel. It's out of their hands. So if you ask them nicely and they're willing to do it, have them write something on their letterhead stating that they will not charge anything against that $1,000 hold. And then they have to fax it to the credit card or the bank, and then the bank hopefully will take it off, and you can get that removed right away. It's worked for me in the past, so give it a shot. Number 9 is about taxes. And you know the old saying, the only thing guaranteed is death and taxes. And it's certainly a guarantee with taxes with a hotel. There's sales tax, city tax, county tax, there's use tax, there's occupancy tax, leisure tax. Lots of different names, but there are going to be a lot of taxes put onto your room, as high as 20% of what your total cost of the room is. So keep that in mind when you go in. When you get that $79 rate, that could jump up to $100, $125, depending on the types of taxes that hotel charges. Number 10 is kind of a 3-part. It's the basics that I need to know when I call a hotel and want to find out about them. The first one I want to know is parking. Is it free or is there a charge? And then I'm going to go on Google and see if there's if there is a charge, if there's a place close by. Secondly, I want to find out about internet. Still to this day and age, especially sometimes when you go to foreign countries, they do charge for internet. Then you're going to want to know, is it wireless or hardwired? Especially if you're working for business and you need a reliable connection, you're going to want hardwired, because a lot of places don't have very reliable Wi-Fi. Trust me, I've been through quite a few. And then lastly, you're going to want to know about food. Is room service open 24 hours? If it's not, what are the hours? If they don't have room service, what kind of restaurants or delivery places are around? Because the last thing you're going to want to do at midnight when you get in is try to hunt for food or find out that there's no food and you have to wait until the morning. Number 11 is the easiest. Just sign up for the rewards. I know it may be a hassle. I know you may think, oh, I'm only going to stay one time and never come back. But you want to sign up for the rewards, because I've been caught before where I didn't think I was going to stay again. And then throughout the rest of the year, I stayed 6 or 7 times. And then I lost a few reservations that I could have used on my rewards. So always sign up and keep it in your back pocket, because you never know what you might get from it. Because a lot of times when you stay, you can get free nights, get points to buy things, many different benefits that will help you. Plus with room upgrades, you can get that if you're a member sometimes. So it's always good to have. Number 12 is kind of a bonus. It's a gimme. Just be nice. If you have a problem, at least give the hotel a chance to fix it before you decide to get upset and start yelling. They want to make sure your needs are met. But if they mess up then it's time to get angry. Because kind of like high school, if you're that angry, irate guest, everyone in the hotel is going to know about it, and you might get blacklisted. What I mean by that is, yes, you are definitely going to get treated very well as any other guest, but you may not get any extras. Thank you for watching, and if you thought what you saw was helpful, please hit subscribe to find out more about Hindsight 101 and other things that you can learn.